5 relationship habits that hold you back and how the wealthy break free. I once had a friend who was incredibly talented, full of dreams, and had everything going for him. But here's the catch. He spent most of his time with people who constantly complained about life, doubted success, and thrived on criticizing others. Over time, his confidence dwindled. He stopped taking risks, stayed in his comfort zone, and unfortunately, those big dreams of his, they faded away. Have you ever found yourself surrounded by people like this? People who don't just hold themselves back, but take you down with them? Now picture this. What if you were surrounded by people who inspired you, cheered for you, and believed in your potential? Imagine waking up every day with a network of individuals who open doors, support your goals, and push you to achieve more than you thought possible. This isn't a fantasy. It's entirely within your reach. But first, you must learn to avoid 5 key relationship traps. Welcome to the Rich Code. You might think the biggest difference between the rich and the poor is money, but here's the truth. It's the people they choose to surround themselves with. Your relationships can be a launch pad to success or the anchor that keeps you stuck. Today, let's uncover the 5 toxic habits that hold people back and how the wealthy always steer clear of them. Surrounding yourself with negative, complaining, and judgmental people. Negative people are like black holes. They drain your energy, crush your confidence, and make you doubt your dreams. Their constant complaints and lack of belief infect your mindset, making you feel like success is impossible. And the worst part? You start to internalize their negativity, thinking, maybe they're right, maybe I can't do it. Think about that one friend who always calls you up saying, let's just hang out for a bit. We can work on our projects later. You know you have deadlines, goals, or personal tasks to complete, but their casual invitation feels tempting. So you agree to grab coffee or watch a quick movie. Hours later, you realize you've wasted half your day. Meanwhile, they've accomplished nothing, and now neither have you. This kind of peer pressure, though subtle, steals your time and derails your focus. Wealthy individuals have a rule. Your network determines your net worth. They surround themselves with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge them. They know success isn't a solo journey. It's a team sport. Oprah Winfrey once said, "You can't fly high when the people around you are clipping your wings." A Stanford study found that being around negative people reduces your confidence by 30% and your productivity by 40%. That's like willingly tying weights to your feet before running a race. Think about this. Have you ever shared a big idea only to be met with eye rolls or cutting remarks? It hurts, doesn't it? It makes you question whether you're good enough. That's the power of negativity. It stifles action before it even begins. Have you ever been in situations like these, where you feel trapped by someone else's negativity, yet you stay to avoid confrontation or out of habit? These toxic interactions don't just waste your time, they also drain your energy, lower your motivation, and pull you further away from your goals. Here's your first step. Recognize these patterns and set boundaries. Politely excuse yourself or redirect the conversation to something productive. This week, pay attention to how much time you spend with people who bring negativity into your life. Choose to limit those interactions and instead seek out conversations and activities that uplift and inspire you. Refusing to learn from others or seek feedback. Many people are trapped in the belief that they already know enough. They avoid feedback, dismiss advice, and worst of all, fail to learn from the mistakes of others. But here's the harsh truth. Refusing to learn is the fastest way to stay stuck. Wealthy people are relentless learners. They ask questions, seek mentorship, and welcome criticism, even when it's uncomfortable. Bill Gates famously said, "Feedback is the most valuable gift you can receive." That's how he turned Microsoft into a global powerhouse. I had a friend who never listened to advice. Whenever someone pointed out an area for improvement, he'd say, "I know what I'm doing." But guess what? He kept making the same mistakes, losing opportunities, and wondering why success seemed out of reach. Studies show that individuals who actively seek feedback improve their skills 50% faster than those who don't. This week, ask one trusted friend or mentor for honest feedback about an area you want to improve. Listen without interrupting and implement one piece of their advice. See how much progress you make, choosing conflict over collaboration and distrust over trust. Some people see others as competition instead of potential allies. They approach relationships with suspicion, thinking, if I don't do it myself, it won't get done right. This mindset breeds isolation and burns bridges. The wealthy understand the power of collaboration. Steve Jobs once said, "Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people. Trusting others and working together multiplies results." Have you ever taken on too much because you didn't trust anyone else to help? It's exhausting, and it limits what you can achieve. Imagine what you could accomplish if you had partners to share the load. Find one project this week where you can delegate or collaborate. Start small, but pay attention to how much further you go with the right support. Not seeking mentors or support systems. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they have to figure everything out on their own. But here's the thing. Every successful person you admire had someone guiding them. A mentor, coach, or advisor. Richard Branson said it best. No one is successful alone. Mentors not only help you avoid costly mistakes, but also open doors you never knew existed. Imagine where Bill Gates would be without his mentor, Warren Buffett. Harvard research shows that having a mentor increases your chances of achieving your goals by 70%. That's like having a shortcut to success. Reach out to someone you admire, whether it's a teacher, a colleague, or even a thought leader online. Ask them one question about how they achieve success. You'll be amazed at what you learn. Failing to set boundaries and teach others how to treat you. Many people let others walk all over them. They avoid confrontation, tolerate disrespect, and never teach others how they want to be treated. But here's the truth. If you don't set boundaries, no one will respect them. Michelle Obama said, "The way you allow others to treat you is a reflection of how you value yourself." Wealthy people respect themselves enough to demand respect from others. I once knew someone who let their boss call them at all hours of the night. They were overworked, underappreciated, and completely burned out. It wasn't until they set clear boundaries that things began to change. Research from UC Berkeley shows that people with strong personal boundaries report 45% higher satisfaction in their relationships. Write down one way someone has disrespected your boundaries. Then practice saying, "I'm not comfortable with this," or "I need this to change." You'll be surprised at how much respect you gain when you respect yourself. One of the most overlooked habits that hold people back is failing to truly listen, acknowledge, or appreciate the people around them. Think about it. How often do you thank someone with genuine sincerity? How often do you make others feel seen and valued? Unfortunately, many people ignore this simple act, and it costs them dearly in relationships and opportunities. Instead of listening to understand, many people listen just to respond. They interrupt, dismiss others' feelings, or worse, take their efforts for granted. And what does that lead to? Resentment, disconnection, lost trust. I had a colleague who was brilliant but had a blind spot. He rarely acknowledged the efforts of his team. They worked long hours, made sacrifices, and gave their best. But instead of recognizing their dedication, he would nitpick small mistakes or say, "That's what you're supposed to do, right?" Over time, his team became disengaged, less creative, and eventually they left for other opportunities. His inability to simply say thank you cost him his most valuable resource. People, wealthy and successful people, know that relationships are built on appreciation. They make others feel valued and important. A simple, "I couldn't have done this without you," or "thank you for putting in the effort," goes a long way in building trust and loyalty. Michelle Obama once said, "Gratitude is contagious. The more you show it, the more it comes back to you." A study by the University of California found that teams with leaders who regularly express gratitude are 50% more productive and have 33% lower turnover rates. Why? Because people thrive when they feel seen and appreciated. I once met a small business owner who was struggling to retain employees. His competitors offered better pay, but what his team needed wasn't just money, it was recognition. After attending a leadership workshop, he started writing personalized thank you notes to his team every week. He highlighted their contributions, both big and small, and expressed how much he valued them. Within months, not only did his team stay, but they started referring friends to join his company. Productivity skyrocketed, and so did morale, all because he took the time to appreciate others. Now ask yourself, have you ever taken someone's effort for granted? Maybe it's your spouse, your coworker, or even a close friend. Have you failed to show them how much they mean to you? How do you think that makes them feel? And how does it impact your relationship? This week, take 5 minutes to write a heartfelt thank you note or express genuine appreciation to someone who's made a difference in your life. Be specific about what they did and why it mattered to you. Watch how this simple act strengthens your connection. Today, we uncovered 5 toxic habits: surrounding yourself with negative people, refusing to learn, choosing conflict over collaboration, avoiding mentorship, and failing to set boundaries. These aren't just bad habits. They're chains holding you back from the life you deserve. Imagine a life where your relationships lift you higher, not drag you down, where every conversation fuels your growth and every connection opens doors. That life starts today with the choices you make. If you're ready to transform your relationships and your future, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's take this journey together. Next time, we'll reveal the 5 daily habits millionaires swear by to build confidence, attract wealth, and create unstoppable momentum. Don't miss it.